What's up, everyone? Hope you are doing great. Welcome back to the channel. Seriously, you will not believe what is happening in Hollywood right now. The box office numbers coming out, they are completely shocking the entire industry. Imagine a cute Disney animated movie's live-action remake going head-to-head with an epic, high-stakes Tom Cruise action movie at the box office. Yeah, today, we are actually diving into this wild box office war between Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Honestly, when I first saw these numbers, I had to do a double take. Oh man, it is just wild, you know? Folks, in today's video, we are going to reveal how Lilo and Stitch surprised everyone by pulling in massive preview numbers. And hey, do you think this movie could actually break a historical Memorial Day weekend record? Then we will dive into why Mission Impossible, despite its franchise best preview performance, is facing an uphill battle, especially given its massive budget. We will look at what Hollywood can learn from this clash and how it might change the way we watch movies. A lot of you are probably wondering, is this just a coincidence, or is there a big game changer at play here? Trust me, I totally get it, and we are about to dig into that. No cap. To get the full story and impact behind this box office battle, make sure you watch until the end. But before that, quickly hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any awesome updates. Let's go. All right, folks, buckle up because this Memorial Day weekend, there is a showdown happening in theaters that no one saw coming. On one side, you have got Disney's beloved Lilo and Stitch live-action version, which is a nostalgic, family-friendly film. On the other, there is Tom Cruise's high-octane Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which is like the pinnacle of the spy thriller action genre. This is not some small skirmish. The industry is calling it Mission Stitchpossible. And its early results are pretty surprising. Both films dropped at the same time, and their initial numbers are pointing to a big shift in what audiences truly want to see. Just think about it, man. How unexpected is that, right? That is nuts. First up, let's talk about Lilo and Stitch. This movie has turned out to be a huge surprise. It pulled in $14.5 million in its Thursday previews. That is the highest preview collection for any movie this year. This film's production budget is around $100 million, and its preview numbers have just been incredible. It is actually the third highest Disney live-action remake for previews, only behind The Lion King 2019 with $23 million and Beauty and the Beast 2017 with $16.3 million. And get this, for Memorial Day weekend Thursday previews, it is number 2, right after 2022's mega hit Top Gun: Maverick with its $19.3 million. That is no small feat. Oh my gosh, this is seriously a mind-blowing breakout. Seriously, I am not kidding, you know? What the heck? Experts are predicting that Lilo and Stitch could earn anywhere from $170 million to $180 million over the 4-day Memorial Day weekend. If that happens, it would break Top Gun: Maverick's Memorial Day record, making it the biggest Memorial Day opening ever. A huge factor behind its success is nostalgia. Millions of Americans who grew up watching the original 2002 animated film are now flocking to theaters with their kids, or even just by themselves. Fandango reports that Lilo and Stitch is the top pre-selling PG-rated ticket for 2025, and second among all Disney live-action movies. What is really interesting, though, is that it is not just families watching this movie. A huge number of young adults are showing up too, which just boosts its box office potential even more. People are genuinely excited about this film, and you can clearly see that in the box office numbers. Honestly, I have got high hopes for this movie too, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking the same thing. I mean, it is Lilo and Stitch, right? This is kind of iconic, low-key. Now, let's talk about Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This movie is no slouch either. It pulled in $8.3 million in its Thursday previews, which is a record for the Mission Impossible franchise. That is more than Dead Reckoning Part 1, $7 million in 2023, and Fallout, $6 million in 2018. Critics have really loved this film. It has got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes and an A- cinema score, which is right in line with its previous successful installments. Honestly, I would say the implications for the franchise are massive, even with these strong reviews, you know? My take is, it is a huge moment for cinema, regardless. However, projections for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning over the Memorial Day weekend are between $75 million and $85 million. While that is certainly a strong opening, it is less than Lilo and Stitch. Mission Impossible has a much larger budget, around $400 million, which means to make a profit, it basically needs to earn over $800 million worldwide. That is a huge number. Despite Tom Cruise's star power and the franchise's popularity, Dead Reckoning Part 1, the previous film, did not quite meet box office expectations. It earned around $571 million worldwide, but was still considered a box office disappointment because, given its massive budget, that was not a big enough collection. This just goes to show how much more these blockbusters need to earn now. Have you ever felt like that, where even these huge movies are struggling? Like, it is just wild to think about, right? A bummer for a franchise this good. So, what can Hollywood learn from this box office battle? This clash shows us that audience tastes are shifting. On one hand, there is a growing demand for powerful nostalgia and family-friendly content, which Lilo and Stitch's success clearly demonstrates. People are looking for content that brings them comfort and happy memories. This is actually good news for Disney too, because, you know, some of their previous live-action remakes like Snow White have struggled at the box office. On the other hand, big-budget action franchises cannot rely solely on star power anymore. They need a compelling story and massive global appeal to justify their hefty budgets. Even critically acclaimed films like Mission Impossible are having to work incredibly hard for profitability. Interestingly, actress Hannah Wattingham is actually in both films, making her an uncontested winner this weekend, regardless of which film comes out on top financially. Talk about winning no matter what, right? Sheesh. This box office showdown is sending a clear message to Hollywood about what audiences want and what kind of movies can really draw a crowd to theaters. It shows that diverse content and well-executed remakes also have blockbuster potential. So yeah, it is kind of a game changer for the industry. Totally. So friends, that was a detailed analysis of the box office war between Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. One thing is for sure. Hollywood is playing by new rules now, and audiences are the real kings. What do you think? Which movie will win the box office race in the end? Will nostalgia continue to dominate movies? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you found this video informative and engaging, like it, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this. See you in the next video.